Hello and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Last episode we saved the children and we got to the top of the castle at the bell tower and we ended up fighting a spirit known as a Nosferatu. And then the orb exploded and here we are.
Is everyone all right?
I'm fine. That was really bright.
What just happened?
I have no idea. It all happened so quickly.
I heard the sound of something piercing through the air.
Yeah, right through that orb, too. It looked like a lance. But how could someone hurl something that large with that much force?
A lance?
Yeah, and whoever threw it was standing right up there until just a moment ago. It was a golden-haired woman, shrouded by a strange light.
Golden hair, you say?
But that sounds just like...
Laura!
That's impossible.
What's everyone all excited about? Hey, wait for me!
Do they think it's the Saint? Saint Sandlot?
There's no one here. Not that I honestly expected there would be.
That pale glow surrounding the castle seems to have disappeared, too.
Is that because the orb was destroyed?
That would mean the lance that destroyed it.
The Lance Maiden.
Celine?
I thought it might have been her, but it seems like it was the Steel Maiden. Still, we really are out of time.
It really feels like that, like the terrorists, little possibility of a civil war, all that is meaningless. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it seems like there's something much more important
Drinks are on me
going
someday.
on, all based around Reen and Emma and Celine. Like, it really does feel like there's something more going on here to this country that's bigger than current political events. Thank you for all you've done for us during our stay, Klaus. Please, have a safe journey, everyone. I apologize for not being more of service to you during your long-awaited return home, my lady. With all that happened yesterday, you hardly had any time to relax and enjoy your visit. On the contrary, I had ample time to enjoy soaking in the atmosphere of home. And thanks to that wonderful and nutritious dinner after we returned from the castle, so tired, I was able to sleep well too. Indeed, for all that happened, I feel surprisingly well rested today. I'm just glad that the children were alright. It sounds like they got a real earful from their families, though. They deserved every minute. So just what was it we witnessed yesterday? I'm still mulling over where that lance that saved our skins last night could have come from. I don't even know what you've told me, I'm afraid. There's not a doubt in my mind that it was Saint Sandlot. She must have sensed our peril confronting that strange specter and chose to lend us a helping hand. Well, honestly, I can't think of an explanation that sounds any more plausible than that. Considering the situation, it's almost hard to believe it could have been anything else. Well, that's certainly true. Feels like everything that happened last night was some grand dream. I think that all of us, you have perhaps the least right to say that. Actually, one of the accounts of St. Sandlot's death places it right around this time of year. So it's almost the anniversary, and last night was a full moon. So it doesn't seem all that implausible that her spirit might manifest itself somewhere like the castle. I've heard that account of Saint Sandlot's death before. Hold on a minute. Even if all that stuff about Saint Sandlot is true, that does explain all the weird things you did yesterday. Well, I learned a lot about curses from my grandmother growing up. And working with berries isn't all that difficult if you put your mind to it. Really? Well, I suppose I'll take your word for it. I'm not sure I can say the same. I'll be sure to inform the Viscount of all that transpired here. In the meantime, you should be heading off to the next location you're to visit for your field study. I hope your journey is a safe and pleasant one. Thank you. Take care, Klaus. And give my regards to Father. The same to you, my lady. I hope we shall all have the opportunity to meet again. As do I. I enjoyed the opportunity to test my own swordsmanship against you in the future. I wish you all the best. We still have some time left before the train comes, so we can tell everyone goodbye as we make our way to the station. Sounds good. Let's be off then. Alright. Let's, looks like there's 3 people right down here. Lady Laura! The 3 of us made lunch for you, so please take it. Thank you. I'm sure it'll be delicious. We hope you enjoy it. Oh, and we packed enough for your lady friends, too. Wait, what about us? You did muster up an admirable performance yesterday, I suppose. But don't forget, we won't forgive you if you get too close to Lady Laura. Unless you blithely forget, take these as our helpful reminder. Oh. I don't think I need the wind to clue me in to what they're implying. Must this petulant gag will be annoying right to the very end. It's like everyone's out to wish us off. Before we go though, it's still no fishing. Literally, there's only 3 fish in that entire lake. Let's actually talk to these people real fast. I'm really in your debt for saving Cardinal last night. I told him it was dangerous, but he just wouldn't listen. Come on, Mom. I'm fine now. Don't you realize how much I worried about you? I know. So just stop crying, okay? She's been like this ever since we got back. I'm really sorry for making everyone worry last night. I don't deserve to call myself a man after making my mom cry. Maybe I should just put my junior ice and Ritter dreams on hold until I'm a more dependable man. Bark. Catch you later, doggy. Woof woof. Damn. We didn't respond at all to anyone else, but we did to a dog. I really can't thank you all enough for last night. I've given this fool the schooling of a lifetime, too, so don't you worry about that. Take care on your journey back, and good luck with your studies. Be careful on your way back, everyone. I'm still not really sure what happened back at the castle, but maybe it was Adios telling us not to misbehave anymore. Dad really let me have it when I got home, too, so I'll be careful from now on. I think we have to go into the station, right? We still seem to have a little time before the next train leaves. What should we do? It might be best to just wait in the station until the train arrives. Sure. Yeah, let's go wait inside. Sorry, 1 second here. I need to close a few things. Here, that should help. I think I lost some frames at the start of the video. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go wait inside. We need to buy our tickets for the trip to Garrellia Fortress too. Hey, Eustace, wanna buy me some snacks? Buy your own food. Lively as ever, I see. Let's head in then. Celine. Sliding across the roof. Made it look like walking, but actually just sliding. I could see the castle for a second there. Wait, it's gone again. Well, the forest is quite dense around here. Still, we saw a lot of weird things in that castle. It was one thing after another from the moment we walked through the door. What are you looking at me for? Never mind. That was pretty great. Did you have this much fun in all of your field studies? I just wish it was a little longer. Those 2 days went by so quickly. Well, the field study isn't over. We're on our way to our next location, so don't relax just yet. Looks like I must say farewell to Legram once again, for the time being. I wasn't expecting to, but I can't help but feel a little homesick already. I can understand why. It was a really welcoming place. I didn't ever get the sense that social classes were keeping people apart. True. Seems like a place that we nobles could learn much from. I'd definitely like to visit again in the future. It would be great to bring Fee and the others next time too. You're all more than welcome, Legram, anytime. I can only hope I'll continue to learn and grow between now and when I next return. After leaving Legram, we changed trains at Garrellia Heart Station and rode the cruising main line north, heading towards Keldic. I actually really do think that this is the we're coming very close to where the introduction of the game started. Because if I'm correct, Garrellia Fortress is the same fortress that has those guns, those big-ass guns pointed at Crossbell, I believe, which is where the trade conference is taking place now. So we can kind of piece together that it's from the intro. This is what I'm gonna guess is what is gonna happen. The terrorists are gonna take control of those guns, aiming them at Crossbell, and we're gonna be there when that get there around the time that starts, and we're gonna book it, taking out all those robots, which the robots that we fought recently, that strong one, the boss one that we fought the day before, that robot is the group of robots that they're going to use for this invasion or to take over that fortress. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, let's go over our schedule again. We're currently en route to Keldic, where we'll rendezvous with Group B. From there, we'll take the Transcontinental Railroad to Garrellia Fortress on the Empire's eastern border. Or maybe not? No, yeah. Garrellia Fortress is one of the Imperial Army's largest strongholds. It's sometimes referred to as the wall that protects the nation from the threat of the Calvard Republic. I've heard it's ludicrously gigantic, almost an icon of military excess. It also houses the 2 railway guns and has a military exercise ground on the premises. Weren't those the weapons that Gwyn said he regretted constructing? Yeah, they're these 2 massive orbital cannons pointing toward the east at Calvard. Oh, not Crossbell, Calvard. Or more specifically, no, it is Crossbell. Or more specifically, they're aimed at the buffer between us and them, Crossbell State. They are pretty crazy, yeah. It's like you're looking at a mountain of iron. I was pretty overwhelmed when I first saw them. Wait. You've actually seen the railway guns in person? Yeah, Gramps took Claire, Lecter, and me to see them this one time. These are the mightiest weapons wrought by the hands of a man since the Great Collapse. I want you to consider what it means that such weapons have been placed here. Well, something like that anyway. To consider what it means? Is a flair for dramatic. I'll give him that. Come to think of it, today's the day, isn't it? The day that the Chancellor is scheduled to depart for Crossbell with Prince Oliver. Guess the trade conference kind of snuck up on us, huh? I think that's where Lecter is going too. I want to go to Crossbell. There's supposed to be this really famous theater group there, and they have a huge theme park, right? That's what I've heard. But you probably know more about it than I do. Apparently, President Tawa is going as part of the entourage for further studies. Really? She never fails to impress. I hear she's been getting job offers from a bunch of different companies ready to hire her right after graduation. Well, she does merit the high esteem people lavish on her. She's the pride of the academy. Ooh. I think this is actually so obvious that like what's gonna happen from the intro that's like I feel a little sense of dread. 9:30 a.m. All passengers disembarking here in Keldic, please exit the platform via the bridge. I repeat, do not approach the rope barriers on platform 1. Passengers wishing to travel on the Transcontinental Railroad, please wait on platform 2. What's going on here? All this security feels kind of ominous. Seems the railway military police is guarding the opposite platform. Yeah, I wonder if
Well, isn't this quite the coincidence?
the Icy Maiden. Yep.
Captain Claire!
It's Claire! Did you come to see me?
Just a coincidence, I'm afraid. Eisengraf will be passing through here soon, so this station's operating under heightened security.
Oh, right!
Still, I'm happy to see you again. It's been, what, 2 months since I last saw you?
She really is attached to Captain Claire. Yeah, almost like sisters. Hard to believe both of them are Iron Bloods. At any rate, good day everyone. Let me thank you again for all your help during the recent crisis at Heimdall. Don't worry about it. We simply did our duties as citizens of the Empire. More importantly, what's the meaning of all this extra security? And what is this Eisengraf you mentioned? As in Iron Count, right? You'll see what I mean soon enough. A special express train will momentarily be passing by platform 1. This train will be passing through at high speed, so travelers on the platform are advised to exercise caution. Special express train? It couldn't be. Ah, right on time. The Emperor. Oh no. President Tawa. There's Tawa. And there's Prince Oliver. What's that? So that was Eisengraf. Come to think of it, I've heard rumors of a special Crimson train, supposedly reserved for use by members of the Imperial government. I've been on it before. It's really fast. It's pretty fancy inside too. The Eisengraf for the Iron Count in the common parlance was so titled in honor of Chancellor Osborne himself. Well, I do hear him called the Blood and Iron Chancellor all the time, so I can understand the iron part. But isn't the Chancellor a commoner by birth? He is indeed. However, he was granted the title of Count by His Majesty when he was made Chancellor 11 years ago. Supposedly that's what led to the train being given its name shortly thereafter. I see. Doubt he, of all people, sees any worth in titles or peerage. Green? Yeah? Is something bothering you? Your attention seems elsewhere. Still feeling tired after yesterday? No, not really. I just happened to catch a glance at Tawa and Prince Oliver on the train as it passed by. Wow, I'm surprised you could even make them out. You must have a hawk's eyes to be able to see them when the Eisengraf whooshed by so quickly. Yeah, it's probably just a coincidence. It was more than just a glance, though. I could see them clearly in detail. What was that just now? What was as long as you're not feeling unwell. Oh, so that slow down thing was actually like what we were seeing through Reen's eyes. I thought it was slowing it down just so that we could, so it's not just a blur on for us. But no, he actually saw it in slow-mo. Interesting. We'd like to thank all passengers for their cooperation with today's security measures. Transcontinental Railway service bound for Crossbell State, now arriving on platform 2. Here it comes. Yeah, looks like we didn't have to wait long after all. Trying to speed it up, it's not lagging. Hey, there they are. Reen, over here. Come on, we haven't got all day. Where's Crow? We saved you some seats. Well, if you'll excuse us, Captain. See you later, Claire. Of course, have a safe trip, everyone. There's Crow. And Sarah. Whoa, who's that classy-looking babe? I should have stayed on the train. We received word from Squad 8. No unusual movements have been detected near the Twin Dragons Bridge. We've also received word from Squad 21. We report that all high-speed armored cars are in position. Understood. Remain vigilant until the Isenglass is finished passing through. Once it reaches Crossbell City, have all squads switch to Phase D. Yes, ma'am. Are you sure the Imperial Liberation Front will show themselves? They will. I'm certain of it. I see. Sounds like Group A had quite an eventful couple of days too. Yeah, though I find it kind of hard to believe you could have seen the ghost of Leanne Sandlot. Excuse me, I cannot read. That's ridiculous. Are you sure you weren't just hallucinating or something? You can think whatever you like. We totally saw her, I swear. Well, ghost or not, there was definitely someone there besides us. Anyway, that's enough about ghosts and spirits for the time being. I'm more concerned about the affairs of the living, like where Toval and the Radiant Blade Master went. Sounds like Duke KN is up to something too, and he's not someone we can afford to take lightly. We didn't run into anything like that in the Uri Special Economic Zone, though I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, the Empire stitched it on nice and neat without much opposition. Now prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seems like a pretty lively place. And the revenue generated from taxes there goes directly to the Imperial government's coffers, instead of the pockets of the nobility. It's hardly a mystery why the reformists think so highly of it. Well, that aside, I'm a little concerned about the upcoming trade conference in Crossbell. Same goes for the Imperial Liberation Front. They've been awfully quiet since that show they put on last month. Now that you mention it, does seem rather suspicious. Is that related somehow to why we're going to Garrellia Fortress? Well, it's not the main reason, but it's not entirely unrelated. I'll let you look forward to finding out all about it when we get to the fortress itself. Anyway, how many of you have passed through Garrellia Fortress by train before? Obviously she has. I see. Just us, huh? Can't wait to see everyone's first reactions. True. Why's that? Well, I've seen it in photographs at least. The camera can't really capture how ridiculous it is. Yep. It's supposed to be this macho gateway to the Empire, but it just seems like it's trying way too hard. So what's that supposed to mean? The gateway to the Empire and one of the largest military bases in the country. Look forward to the chance to see it in person then. Crossing over the Twin Dragons Bridge. Damn, it's really far. We have traveled here when we were in Crossbow, though. The train carrying Class 7 continued its ride on the transcontinental line, heading toward the east. They passed through the Twin Dragons Bridge, a cruising provincial army base, and several stations later, it was finally time to pass through Garrellia Fortress, which loomed large on the border with Crossbell State. The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. The next stop is Garrellia Fortress. Garrellia Fortress. This train will stop for 5 minutes. Please be aware that only authorized personnel may disembark at this station. Be advised that all orbital photography is strictly prohibited within the fortress and is punishable by imperial law. Any attempt at unauthorized recording may result in the confiscation of your equipment or detention by the authorities. Wow, that was kind of... sounded pretty severe for a train announcement. Well, we are passing through a military facility. I don't think they're being unreasonable. Do you really think that's the issue here? I'm not sure having that be one of the first things foreign visitors hear gives a very good impression of the country. Oh, we're finally here. What in Adios' name is that? That's very, extra. The eastern border, Garrellia Fortress. Scale is just... This is Garrellia Fortress? This entire place is built from iron and concrete? Just how much money has the army dumped into building all of this? Yep, that was about as entertaining as I hoped. Not that I'm surprised. I thought the same thing when I first saw it. From the Crossbell side, all you can see is a cliff though. Yeah, but those two railway guns still poke out through it. Hey, instructor? What did you bring us out here to show us? What else? We're here so you can see the true essence of what makes an army. What comprises the military strength and forms its foundation. And what other place in the Empire is that on display as clearly as here? I never noticed the statue, the unicorn on the front. That's pretty cool. Who are they? Engineers and tradesmen, mostly. You'll see a lot of them around here. Keeping a fortress this size up and running is a full-time job for more than just the military's people. So it seems. It's almost like its own town here. I think that's exactly what it is. It's a militarized town. On the other side of this fortress, it's more or less a straight shot to Crossbell City, right? I think that such a bustling center of trade is so close to a massive military facility like this. Yeah, Crossbell City is only about 30 minutes away by train. From the top of the fortress, you can even see the skyscraper where the trade conference is going to take place.
I see you've arrived.
Lieutenant Neidhart.
Oh,
Instructor Neidhart!
Good morning, Major Neidhart.
Major.
Instructor Valestein of Thor's Military Academy, homeroom teacher for Class 7. Reporting the arrival of myself and all students in my care.
Acknowledging your arrival at 11:30 hours. Welcome to Garrellia Fortress. In addition to my teaching duties at the Academy, I hold the rank of Major in the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I'll be acting as your guide, as well as your instructor for special lectures during your time here at the fortress. Now, if you'll follow me.
Including today, you have 2 days remaining in this month's field study. However, we won't be assigning you any tasks during that time. Instead, you'll be participating in a series of special lectures and a field trip. Field trip? Here? So what exactly does that entail, instructor? At 1400 hours today, which is 2 p.m., a joint military exercise will be taking place at Garrellia's Proving Ground. The 4th and 5th Armored Divisions will both be participating, and you will be observing it. We're going to watch a military exercise? The 4th Armored Division, huh? The 4th Armored Division is led by none other than Elliot's dad, Lieutenant General Olaf Craig. By all accounts, it's one of the strongest armored divisions in the Imperial Army. And did you know our friend the Major here is their most promising young member? It's true. Moving on. As I said, you'll only be observing this exercise, not actively participating. I imagine that has some of you feeling rather relieved, doesn't it? It does sound like a pretty easy assignment, after all. But we'll see how much you feel the same after experiencing it for yourselves. That's all from me. It's currently 11:50 hours. Lunch has been prepared for you in the mess hall. I advise you all to eat. Your field trip isn't something to be undertaken on an empty stomach. So, this food. We have salty corned beef, and I think I'm getting a hint of peas from this soup. Could use this bread as a lethal projectile. I do think it wouldn't have hurt to use a few more herbs, or flavors in general. Calling this edible would be generous. I've heard plenty of rumors about the food they serve in the Imperial Army, but I wouldn't have guessed they'd all be true. I didn't think the food they served in the mess hall at Xander Gate was all that bad, though. I don't think it would kill them to serve something a little more appetizing. It's the exact same thing they served when I came here with my class last year. Probably from the same batch, too, by the look of it. Really brings back memories. I was pretty surprised the first time my dad brought me to eat here, too. Huh? You guys really think it's that bad? It really brings back memories for me, too. At least there's some cheese and an apple. The food served in the army makes use of common ingredients that are easy to preserve and store. The ingredients used to make all the food on your trays can be easily stockpiled in large quantities. So even if a war were to break out, a meal like this could still be served without any trouble. So that explains it. I see. So the army serves simple foods all the time to avoid the decrease in morale from wartime rationing. Well, not all the time. However, one can think of this food as a philosophical statement from the continent's strongest army, in the sense that it suggests that soldiers should live and work each day as though a war effort depends on them. Every day? So they should be just as tense during times of peace as during times of war? Well, it's a bit too much mind over matter idealism for my taste, but it's worth being aware of. And to throw a different perspective in the mix here, the food the provincial armies serve is actually pretty good. Good enough that you can't help but wonder how they cope if an actual war were to ever to break out. Well, it's not like serving good food means you have crappy army. I hear our neighbor Liberal serves up some pretty tasty food in their army. Liberal's army is fairly elite, probably because the threat of being neighbors to the Empire keeps them tense. feel a little conflicted hearing you say that. Well, these things are all about finding a good balance. Variety is the spice of life, you know? Nightheart is staring daggers into feed. Holy shit, if you eat nothing but dull, bland food all the time, well, you know what they say, you are what you eat. Okay, I think he's staring him into Sarah. I could do a fewer of your pithy remarks in my diet, Instructor Ballastine. Okay, anyway, as you heard, there's going to be a military exercise at the Proving Ground at 2 in the afternoon today. It's 12:30 right now, so you have an hour to do whatever you like. They'll make an announcement half an hour before, so be sure to listen for it and do whatever it tells you. Understood? So when you say whatever we like, does that mean we can tour the fortress? Of course. You're welcome to roam around as long as you don't poke your nose in any restricted areas. So go ahead and explore. There's plenty worth seeing here, like the command center. Though if you're feeling a little tired from your field studies so far, you're welcome to rest in your rooms. You'd be ashamed to waste such a valuable opportunity. I suppose I should at least get a general overview of the fortress. Alright. Okay, we're starting the mess hall. But we're going to end the episode here. Next episode, we'll tour the fortress and maybe even go see the event, the training exercise. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.